Hello everyone, this is week 9, lesson 1 for year 2, and we're going to be learning about direction and how to use forwards, backwards, left and right. And I've got my friend Unicorn here to help me to show us those different directions. Now, if Unicorn is standing here, he is looking that way. And that's really important when we talk about direction. We need to know which direction the object is facing in before we move it. So if Unicorn is facing this way, if I ask him to go forwards, he will go in this direction, and backwards in this direction. But if he starts facing here, if he goes forwards now, because he's looking in this direction, he will go forwards over to here and backwards to there. If he starts facing me and I ask him to move forwards, he will come towards me and backwards away from me. So the direction depends on which way the object is facing in the beginning. And we can use the Unicorn's horn and eyes to help us know this. Now the other directions we use are left and right. This is my right hand. I use it to write with, and that's what helps me to remember it's my right hand. Not everybody writes with their right hand, but I do, so that just helps me to remember. Another trick for remembering your left hand is that if you put your left hand like this, it makes an L shape, which is the sound at the start of left. So that's a good way to remember your right and left. Now at the moment, because Unicorn is facing that way, this is his right and this is his left. So if I tell him to go one step to the right, he will go this way because this is his right hand side. If I ask him to go left, his left is on this side, so he will go left. And that's because he's facing in that direction. But if I change his position, so now he's standing here, he's looking in this direction. This is still his right hand side, and this is still his left hand side. It just looks a bit different because he's changed his starting position. But this was his right leg, and when he turns, it's still his right leg, so that's still his right hand side. So if I tell him to go a step to the right from here, he will go like that, because that was his right hand side. If I tell him to do a jump to the left, because this is his left side, he will go that way. Let's try turning him another way. Here he is. So this is still his right hand side on his right, and the other side is his left. So if I tell him to go right when he's facing this way, he will move to his right. If I tell him to go left, he will go to his left. So when we're thinking about right and left, we have to think about the direction the object is facing in. Now I'm going to use little card now. This is my little bug card, and at the front of my bug I've drawn 2 bright blue eyes, and that reminds me which way my bug is facing. So at the moment he's facing this way. I'm going to look at him from above and give him some directions. I've got squares on my paper to tell me how many of each direction he needs to do. So for example, if I tell my bug to move 2 steps forwards, well, he's facing in this direction. So 3 steps forward would be 1, 2, 3. If I tell him to do 3 steps backwards, 1, 2, 3. So again, look where his eyes are. That tells you his forwards and his backwards. If he's facing this way, and I tell him to step to his right, 1 square, that will be on his right hand side. If he starts here and I tell him to take a step to the left, 1 square, he goes to his left. Now it might just help us to mark that on. So I'm going to do a little R to show that's his right and that is his left. And that's not going to change because whichever way he's facing, that's still his right and that's still his left. Okay. So this I'm going to turn him so he's facing in a different position. So now he's facing this way. You see where his eyes are going. His eyes are facing this way. So if I told him to go 2 steps forward from there, his forwards would be 1, 2. Backwards 3, 1, 2, 3. Now if I tell him to move to his right is on this side, so he would move towards his right. If I tell him to move towards his left is on this side, so he goes to his left. Let's try another one. I'm going to put him down here. So this time he's facing in this direction, he's looking down here, but that's still his right and that's still his left. He's just gone upside down, but this is the way he's facing. So now if I tell him to go 4 steps to the right, this is his right, so he's going to go in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 squares to his left. 1, 2. So the trick is look at which direction the object is facing in to know what is its forwards, what is its backwards, what is its right, and what is its left. And it might help to mark those on. And you could even make your own little moving creature and practice moving it from different positions, forwards, backwards, right and left. And that would really help you. And you could create your own little creature, make it exactly how you want it to be. Maybe make a few different creatures and practice moving them with your family in different directions. Okay, in the next lesson we're going to look at rotation. So I'll see you then. Bye.